When going to any developing country, you can expect there to be a ton of things that are just different than what you are used to. And today I'm going to be going over 7 things that are different in Paraguay than what you may be used to coming from a developed country. So the first thing is, you leave the airport and you notice that while driving, there's going to be people either driving 40 under the speed limit, 40 over the speed limit, plus motorcycles on the side. And all of this causes a whole lot more chances to get into an accident. There's going to be a lot more close calls. Then you have the camioneta stations. These are kind of like the police stations, the patrol stations along the sides of the highway. This is something separate from your national police, which patrol kind of more all over the place. But these stations, the officers have to stay there. And we've noticed that they are not quite as much there for catching people speeding, because people are automatically going to slow down when they get there. But they are more there for seeing if, or catching you not having your headlights on in broad daylight. That seems to be their favorite thing to pull people over for, because they tend to ticket you for this, and this is one of the ways that Paraguay is a little bit corrupt, but that's for another video. The second thing is, people seem very friendly around here. Sometimes it seems especially so if you don't know the language. Last week I was filling in for someone at the local mini market here, and she had asked me a question about something. So she seemed kind of amused by that right away, and then she proceeded to ask something along the lines of why I was there or what happened to the girl who usually was there. And I'm trying to figure out how to say this, how to explain to her that I'm filling in, and it just really didn't work out, and she kind of had a laugh about it. She seemed a lot more amused by it than annoyed by it, and they are very patient for those that don't know the language. So that has made it a lot easier so far to navigate things. Number 3 is faith and family. Whether it's amongst the Hispanic Paraguayans or the Mennonites, both of these groups are very faith and family oriented. The Mennonites do typically have an easier time providing for their families, and even amongst the Hispanics, it doesn't seem to matter how poor the family is, they always find a way to provide for their children. Now, every year on the 8th of December, the Hispanics, they will migrate to the city of Calcupé for a celebration of the Holy Apparition. This does make the highways very busy because you've got people from all over the country going to this city, and that's just one place that we like to then stay away from in that specific time of the year, because it's just packed with people all over the place. Number 4 is yerba tea. When you're out and about, you're going to notice people having a thermos in their hand and a cup and a straw in the other. And what this is crunched up leaves in the cup, and this is made from yerba tree leaves. And then in the thermos, they're going to have either hot or cold water, depending on the weather outside. On hot days, they're going to have the cold water. Cold days, they're going to have the hot water. And this is a really good way to keep hydrated throughout the day. Number 5, when you're checking out at a grocery store, you're going to be asked for a RUC number. What this is for any tax-paying citizens, they'll have a RUC number, which will be like their tax ID. They'll have it put on their receipts, and then later when they go to claim their taxes, it's going to show that they already paid 10%, that's the tax rate. They paid 10% sales tax on their purchased goods. And then this allows them to not pay the 10% while they're claiming on their income. Now, obviously, if you are a visitor or don't have a RUC number, we don't have one personally, so we don't use one, and it doesn't matter to them whether or not you give them a number or not. You just simply say sin nombre, and they'll just do it without the RUC number. Number 6 is one I am personally glad for, because it makes my life simpler. It makes our home simpler. We don't have mail service, so we don't have to worry about all that junk mail, all these envelopes that you wonder, do I keep, do I not? What am I gonna do with it, where I'm gonna put it? So what about then paying your bills and all of that? Well, for phone bills and internet bills, you simply receive them on your phone, and they notify you that this and this amount is due on that date, and then you just simply go and pay it, get your invoice, and done. And for the junk mail part, they also have that covered. When you're going to shop for appliances or vehicles, any place where you have salespeople, they will try to get your phone number. So when you're inquiring about a certain thing, and they'll be like, we'll be in touch or whatever if you all of a sudden need something, or if you did make a purchase, then they'll often use say for delivery purposes, send us your location, and then somehow an easy way to get exchanging your phone numbers. And they will always use WhatsApp, and everybody's got WhatsApp statuses, and that is their main way of advertising, along with radio advertisements. So those are the two main ways, but I do much so prefer that over having all this junk mail in around. Number 7 is one that I have been asked about in the comments section. So what about online shopping? It is starting to get a little bit more traction amongst those that can afford it. And a few services that you can get for this is a company called Paraguay Box, Fast Box, or Royal Box. I'm sure there's some more out there, but those are 3 of the main ones that I've heard of so far. And we've used one of them ourselves. So how it works is you shop anywhere in the United States or in China. I'm not sure exactly where they all have warehouses, but those 2 locations, they do have warehouses. And now what we did is we ordered car repairs, and so we ordered them on Amazon and then sent them to their warehouse in Miami. They gave us the specific zip code to put in, and then sent it there, and they took care of the rest of it. They got it on a ship, got it over here, and let us know when it was ready to be picked up. And it's just literally 5-6 kilometers from our house is where their office is located, and we just go pick it up there. Now it is a little bit costly. It is $23 per kilogram. And then there are others that go by the cubic meter, which that really does add up when you have a larger item, and that works a little bit differently when you go by size. But this is what our experience is, and it was really fast. Ours took from the United States until we had picked it up. It was within 2 weeks of ordering it. So we are very happy about that, and it really isn't too much hassle. It just takes a little longer than what we might be used to, and that's totally fine. If you've made it this far into the video, thank you very much for sticking around. Probably means you enjoyed it. Please hit the subscribe button so that you don't miss the next one. I do have something pretty exciting planned for that I've been working on for the last couple of weeks, so be sure to check that out.